I apologize if you can hear background noise, but we have a pet chinchilla and she is running in her wheel. So it might be a little noisy. So I'm sorry if you can hear that. Hello BookTube, my name is Adrienne and welcome back to my channel. So it is Tuesday, which means that I'm here with another Tag Tuesday video for you. Today I am doing the currently reading book tag, which I do not know who it was created by, but I will try and find their original video and link it down below for you so you can go check out their original video and their channel. This tag has 10 questions in it, so let's go ahead and start going through them. The first question is, how many books do you usually read at once? I'm usually reading probably 2 books at a time. Usually I have 1 book going that I am listening to as an audiobook and 1 book that I am reading physically right this second. So currently I am reading 3 books. I am listening to The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I am physically reading Someday, Someday Maybe by Lauren Graham. And I just started reading Descender Volume 3 by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. Because that one goes back to my library soon and I just haven't picked it up yet. So right now I have 3, but that's just because one of the graphic novels I'll be through is a graphic novel, and I'll be through the graphic novel really quickly. So yeah, right now I've got 3, but usually I just have 2, a physical book and an audiobook. Question number 2, if you are reading more than 1 book at a time, how do you decide when to switch to reading the other book? I just kind of switch whenever I feel like it. When I read, I stop at a chapter break. So at the end of a chapter, I will stop and either switch to another book or just be done. But it's really just whenever I feel like switching, I'll switch. I don't have like a page number or a chapter number that I have to read before I can switch. I just read until I don't feel like reading that one anymore, and then I switch to the other one. Question number 3 is, do you ever switch bookmarks while you are partway through a book? I don't, just because I never really needed to. The closest thing I can think to this is that our library has like these sticky things. I can just show you one because I have an audio library book up here. But like our library has like these sticky, like backinged things on here with like your due date and things like that on it. There have been occasions where I've been out and about when I picked up a library book and I started reading it in the car. And so when I, got to a stopping point, I just peeled that off and stuck it on the page. And then when I got, home, I used a real bookmark. But other than that, I don't just decide I'm done with a bookmark halfway through a book and then switch it out for a different one. I don't care enough, I guess. Question number 4 is, where do you keep the book you're currently reading? Wherever I was reading last. I really don't have like a set spot where the book I'm currently reading is. I have a set spot like where my library books go so that I don't lose them, but in terms of the book I'm currently reading, like right now the book I'm reading is just sitting on the couch in my living room because that's where I was when I was reading it last and I just left it there. So I don't really necessarily keep them somewhere specific, just preferably somewhere where I won't lose them. Question number 5 is, what time of day do you spend the most time reading? I usually read sometime between 1 and 5 because that's when my little man is taking a nap, or I read sometime after 9 p.m. because 9 p.m. is his bedtime and he's in bed, and again, uninterrupted time to read. So usually either between 1 and 5 p.m. or after 9 o'clock at night is when I get most of my reading done. Question number 6 is, how long do you typically read for in one sitting? I don't really have like a set amount of time that I dedicate to I'm just going to sit and read. Like usually an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe 3 if my kid sleeps longer. If I'm actually sitting down to read. If I'm listening to an audiobook, I could dedicate forever to listening to an audiobook because I can just put headphones in and stick my phone in my pocket and get anything I need to done because I can multitask pretty well. But in terms of sitting down and reading a physical book, probably an hour and a half to 3 hours depending on how long my son naps. So I guess really the answer to this question is however long my kid sleeps for. It's how long I will dedicate to reading in one sitting. Question number 7, do you read hardcovers with the dust jacket on or off? I read them with the dust jacket off. I don't want to damage the dust jacket because they're usually very pretty. And also, aside from just not wanting to damage the dust jacket, it's really hard to read with a dust jacket on. Like, they fall off, they're not secured on. I take the dust jackets off when I'm reading them and actually put them back on the shelf wherever they go on the shelf. So the dust jacket is still holding that book's place on my shelf. And it still looks like it's there when I film videos, even when it's not. Question number 8 is, which position do you mainly use to read? I'm not sure I fully understand this question, but I'm assuming this means like, do you read sitting on the couch or lying down in bed or lying on the couch? I mostly read sitting on the couch. I will like tuck myself into the little corner of our couch and just read. Like I said, I mostly read when my son is taking a nap, so I'm usually just out in the living room so that I'm not, you know, bothering him or risking squeaking floors near his bedroom door to wake him up. Yeah, so I mostly just sit on the couch. Question number 9 is, do you take the book you're currently reading with you everywhere you go? I do. I try to not read so much when I'm out and about because usually when I'm out, I'm with my family, and so I want to spend time with them. But even if I'm going and I try not to read when I'm out, I will still take my book with me just in case I have a chance to read. So I almost always have a book, whatever book I'm currently reading, in my bag with me. So yeah, I do take my currently reading book with me everywhere. Question number 10, how often do you update your progress in the book you're currently reading on GoodReads? Usually I don't really, like, unless I have something I really need to say about wherever I am in the book. But usually I don't. Usually I'll like add it that I started it on the day that I start it, and then I put that I finished it on whatever day I finish it. And I don't really update page counts in between. I'm updating page counts with The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss because that is a big book. And I kind of want a record for myself of how far I got every couple days. So whenever I think about it, like at the end of the day, I'll go and put in on that book how far I am. But other than that, like if like there's a part in a book that just like really was important to me and I want to say something or make a note of something for myself, I'll go on GoodReads, update what page number I'm on, and then put like a little comment about how I'm feeling or something without spoilers or anything, and that'll be an update. But I don't do that very often either because I take notes while I read most of the time, and so if I'm really feeling something, I just write it in my notes. So I don't really do that very often. But sometimes there are just things that I need to share with the internet, and that's how I do that. But I really don't update GoodReads more often than starting a book and finishing a book. Technically there is an 11th question, which is, who do you want to tag to do this video? And I don't really know that many people here on BookTube yet. So if you are interested in doing this tag, please feel free to do it and let me know so I can go and check out your video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Tag Tuesday video, and I will see you in my next video. I post videos twice a week, so come back later on this week to see what my next video is. So I will see you guys later, and I hope you have a lovely day. Goodbye.